What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Single Hook Hogs Fishing, keeping you ready and motivated for trout fishing in Pennsylvania and surrounding areas. I'm Cortland. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for checking us out and sticking with us. I know it's been a little while, but hey, we're just going to keep it moving. We're back, no worries. And what we want to talk to you about today is a rod that, hey, y'all, they might just be right that you will eventually own. We ended up about, I guess, February this year. We got our hands on a Thomas & Thomas Avant 2, and you may not believe all the hype about rods at this price point, but I will tell you, there is a difference. Now, I made a deliberate effort when I started fly fishing to fish rods at price points, working my way up to this price point, but like I said, it does get better the farther up you go, and there is a significant difference. The specific rod we're going to talk about today is the Thomas & Thomas 9'5" weight Avant 2. And we're giving you this little review after about an 8-month period where we fished this rod over 100 times. And we ran a couple different reels and a bunch of different lines on it. And we got 3 lines today that pair really well with this rod, depending on what you are doing or what you do most of the time. And then we're going to give you some close-up shots of this rod. And we also have a pretty killer video of this rod really getting put to the test against a monster rainbow. And when you see that video, keep in mind, I was on like a deep back pool. I couldn't really step up and show you the fish. I'm actually holding the fish at an angle like this. This fish well over 20 inches, y'all. Monster rainbow. But regardless, you'll see in the video, this Thomas & Thomas really does fish and really does put in work. And it is not just something beautiful. Trust us on that. But like we said in this video, we're going to talk about this Thomas & Thomas Avant 2 and 3 different lines that we've come to settle on for our different purposes, and the one that we've come to settle on for a daily driver.
So there it is, y'all. That's what it looks like. Beautiful pearl wood spacer, stamped Thomas & Thomas reel seat, floor grade cork with the special Wells grip. And look at the detail on this rod. Ooh, all hand signed, handcrafted, beautiful, true navy colors. Got the hook keep, there it is. You got the stripping guide right there. That's got the zirconia insert in it. True navy all the way up. Now, I want you to take a look. Look at how sensitive this tip is. This tip is very fine, very sensitive. And the base of this rod, you'll see this section right here. This is the butt section of the rod. I had this thing bent on this rainbow, and it just housed it. Can't wait till y'all see this, but there it is. That's that Thomas & Thomas. Got the beautiful snake brand. Snake guides all the way up.
Alright, y'all, now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. Like we said, over the last 8 months, we fished this rod over 100 times with multiple different reels and multiple different lines. Most of the reels we run are Orvis, either bat and kill discs, hydroses, or Mirage. And when you get to that level of a reel, I mean, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but it simply just becomes about preference and how much money you're willing to spend. So we're not going to talk too much about the reels, but we are going to talk about the lines. The first line that we ran with this Thomas & Thomas Avant 2 is right here. SA MPX Amplitude Smooth. Right there it is, y'all. SA MPX Amplitude Smooth. And this is a 90-foot line at 140 grains. And all the lines that we're going to talk about today are 90 feet in length. But one of the lines has a brother that bumps up to 120. So if you need that longer line, look for something else. But all the lines we're going to talk about are 90 feet. We don't fish really, really big water. So we just like to keep around that 90 feet length. Now, when talking about this SA MPX Amplitude Smooth, we do want to remind you that this Avant 2 is a fast action rod. Yes, it is a fast action rod. I personally like a fast action rod, but if you like a slower medium rod, this isn't going to be the rod for you, and this is not going to be the line for you. When you pair that Thomas & Thomas Avant 2 with this MPX Amplitude Smooth, it absolutely sails. Now, we fished it on some smaller creeks and tributaries, and honestly, short distance roll cast, not the best. You can get it done, but you want to make sure you have a shorter leader. It does take a little bit longer to activate. However, we took it on a 2-day, basically 20-hour float trip on the West Branch of the Delaware, and that's where this line really came to life, and that's where the Avant 2 really came to life, actually. I mean, we fished that thing pretty much all day. We got a 20-inch rainbow about 3 feet from the boat before we slipped it, and we did point a 17-inch wild brown, but that's where this really came to life. And I'd say if you're looking to get the most in distance and delicacy out of that Avant 2, this is definitely a line you're going to want to check out, SA MPX Amplitude Smooth. But, once again, for what we do, not our daily driver. The next line we're going to talk about is the Orvis Pro Trout, and this one's textured. That's what it looks like, y'all. Orvis Pro Trout, textured line, 5 weight. This is a compound taper, not quite as front heavy as that SA MPX Amplitude Smooth. And right there you can see the taper on that SA MPX. It's a little front heavy. And right there is going to be your taper on that Orvis Pro Trout textured. And you can see the difference. Put them side by side. Now the Orvis Pro Trout, that was our first experience with a textured line. Our good friend Brown Trout Bum recommended. He said his buddy had one, he fished it, he really liked it. So we wanted to try out this textured line, and we got a really good deal on it, but we will give you a heads up, it is expensive. But if you're buying one of these Avant 2s, hey, maybe you don't care. But regardless, I do like this line a lot more for an all-purpose line than the SA MPX Amplitude Smooth. Roll cast, much better at shorter distances and at intermediate moderate distances. You have a lot more control, and this line will take off on you, and you can get out to reach pretty much just as much you can as that SA MPX Amplitude Smooth. But like I said before, if you're fishing big water, long drifts, long floats, and you need distance and delicacy, you want to go with that SA MPX. This does hit the water just a little bit heavier, but most of what we do is jig streamers anyway, so not too big of a deal for us. Much better all-around line. But I'll tell you all right now, it's not cheap. And lastly, and pretty much the star of the show today, the line that we're going to talk about is that Cortland 333. Once again, 140 grains, 90 feet long, Cortland 333. Really like this line. You might have recognized the Cortland 444. This is the same exact line, same exact taper. Only difference is that 444 is going to give you that 120 feet. So if you are looking for a longer line, 120 feet, there's another option. Killer line. Right there it is. But hey, this Cortland 333, traditional double taper line. Now we do appreciate engineering and technology that goes into those other 2 lines. However, for what we do, this is the one that ended up being our daily driver. No problem getting good distance on this. Roll cast extremely well at short distances, and a lot of the places we fish, we don't have back cast. We're not out in Montana here in Pennsylvania, so being able to roll cast and having that ability to roll cast with a little bit of effort, no back cast, and within a short range, very, very important for a lot of anglers here in Pennsylvania. The other thing I really like about this Cortland is it comes in a peach high-vis color, and it's hard to find high-vis lines. Hey, some people say it's only for salt water, but I really like a high-vis line because I fish a suspension rig, and I use that floating line as an indicator because sometimes you don't really know where your fly is. However, you can watch the tip where your leader knot is, and if that starts to twitch or you start to see ripples around that tip, you might notice set a hook on them days when them fish are biting real light. So even though we do run jig streamers most of the time, run under working contact, it's nice to be able to have a good floating line that you can see, and the Cortland 333 definitely is that. Now, we just want to talk about this Avant 2. One, it's absolutely gorgeous. The floor grade cork is killer. We love the black on the snake guides, and they are snake brand guides. I mean, when we first saw this rod, our thought was, oh my God, it's like the perfect combination between the Pennsylvania state flag and a set of dress blues. Absolutely gorgeous. Sensitivity in the tip is phenomenal, and the power in the backbone, I mean, we were just so impressed because to make a rod that's that sensitive with that much power in the backbone and that's that accurate and that easy to cast with almost minimal effort. I mean, it's just a really fine tool. And like we said, you're going to see in this clip coming up that this tip is completely bent over, no bounce, and we have that butt section bent. I mean, we had that Thomas & Thomas really working. And to tell you the truth, I give a lot of credit to the rod that we were able to hold the fish in this situation, in the position that we were in, because we had a tunnel, or if we had a longer rod, our fly line would have been rubbing on the tunnel. We couldn't step forward because we had like a 6-8 foot hole right in front of us, and the bank behind us was steep, so we couldn't step back. So we were pretty much stuck in a position and had to hold, couldn't move. All the fighting that we did on this monster fish was done with this rod and with the reel. And when you're watching the video, if you're curious, the line that we're running is that MPX SA Amplitude Smooth, and we use that to float drift a jig streamer down through this tunnel. And when we hooked up, everything worked out almost flawlessly. Thought we were going to slip them a couple times, but hey, it all worked out. And the reel we were running was that Orvis Mirage LT2 blacked out version. And all the products we're talking about today are available at Precision Fly and Tackle. Make sure you use our link below. We'll put that down at the bottom. And make sure y'all checking out our other sponsors, HLI, right there it is, baby, and Bono's Flies. We got links to them down below also. But hey, thank y'all so much for checking us out. Hope you enjoy this clip. And pay attention to how this Thomas & Thomas Avant 2 is working, because this thing is gorgeous and this thing does fish, y'all.
Got him, got him, got him, got him. Whoo, got him. Oh my God, oh my God. I got him, I got him. Whoo. Hold him, don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. I'm just gonna tire him out. I'm in a good spot. I just gotta tire him out. Tire him out. Oh man. Oh man. Whew. Just holding him right now. Just holding him, letting him dig, let him work. Gotta try to get into a net position. Oh man, I can't lift him much. I can hold him. I can hold him. I gotta land this fish. I gotta land this fish. Here's where it gets crazy, y'all. Here's where it gets crazy. Can I get him up? Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ah! Oh, he's gonna run a little bit. Shit. Now I'm not in a good spot. Now I'm in a bad spot. Now I'm in a bad spot. Ah, I got my line on the thing. Whew. I'm in a bad spot. On the Mirage. Thomas & Thomas 9.5 weight. Battle. It's a battle. It's a battle. Can I get him up? Nope. Nope. Jesus. You guys can't see. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my God. No, no, no. Don't look at it. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Damn. That's a big rainbow. That is a monster. Monster fish. That is a monster fish. Look at it. Ooh. What about that? Oh, God damn. God damn. Oh, it's heavy. He's super, super heavy. Super, super heavy. Oh, fuck. Had him. Ah. He's gotta be tired. He's gotta be tired. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. Oh, he got out again. Oh, the net's too small. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus. Look at that on a tan crack. Bono's flies. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is a monster. At this monster. Dang.
Well, there it is, y'all. The Thomas & Thomas 9.5 weight Avant 2, well at work, pulling in that monster rainbow. Like we said, we forced to hold it like that, so we couldn't even get the good one for you that makes it look 3 times big as it was. But anyway, Thomas & Thomas Avant 2, killer rod if you're looking for a rod at that price point. And if you're here in Pennsylvania and you're looking for an excellent daily driver line, our personal recommendation, that Cortland 333, right there it is. The 444 is 120 feet long. Second would probably be that Orvis Pro Trout textured. And if you're fishing big water all the time and you need distance and delicacy, go with that SA MPX Amplitude Smooth. And honestly, to get the absolute most out of this rod, you're probably going to want to go with that SA MPX Amplitude Smooth, especially if you're doing a lot of dry fly fishing. Like we said, we do the jig streamers, and hey, we throw trash flies too. So if you're doing that kind of stuff, I'd stick with that Cortland. That's going to be your better bet, and you're not going to break the bank. So hey y'all, thanks again for checking us out. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you're considering looking at Thomas & Thomas Avant 2 for purchase, you will not be disappointed. This thing's absolutely gorgeous. It fishes very, very well. And I think Thomas & Thomas is very accurate in the fact that this is the rod you will eventually own, because I'm telling you now, if you don't want to own one, don't ever touch one. With that being said, y'all, we'll catch you next time. Stay motivated, keep it tight. Remember, check out our sponsors. You want to help the channel: Precision Fly and Tackle, HLI, and Boneless Flies. Single